Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Fuzzy News Report. You might be wondering what sounds different about this episode, and we're not playing music, my voice is a little different, and mainly, I don't know how to go about recording this episode because it's a very, very sensitive time in the world right now, and rightfully so. There's a lot of hatred spiraling. There's over 400 or 500 years worth of systemic issues that are finally coming out, and while the news is doing a good job of covering all the negativity, we here at the Fuzzy Corner believe that, as Mr. Rogers always said, in the bad news, always look for the good. And I've been out on these streets the last 6 days, and let me tell you, I've seen a lot of love, I've seen a lot of compassion, I've seen a lot of unity. And on this episode of the Fuzzy News Report, we're going to take the time to showcase just how beautiful the world really is right now. Times that it's hard to smile, that's why it's important to see videos like that, because there's a lot to smile about right now, guys. There's a lot of love going around and a lot of compassion and a lot of unity between every race, every religion, every culture, and this is what the world's about. At the end of the day, we're all the same, and I know this sounds crazy, but we're just the accumulation of energy walking on this earth, all wearing a different costume. Think of it like Halloween. Everybody has a different mask, everybody has a different way of dressing up, and it doesn't matter. They're still the same person underneath that mask, underneath that costume, and whether they're black, white, Asian, Indian, it doesn't matter. And once we start to realize that we're all the same, the world's going to be a better place. All of you already know, we here at the Fuzzy Corner believe in showcasing the good in the world, the beautiful people that are walking on this planet with us. Again, doesn't matter what your race, your religion, your sexual preferences, or in this case, what your job is. There are still a lot of very beautiful people who happen to be police officers, and unfortunately, there are a lot of incredibly evil police officers that don't take their job seriously. They have a lot of trauma from early ages that hasn't been resolved. There's still a need for power. There's still a need to just stroke the ego. And that's not the position that you need to have if you have these type of unresolved issues. At any rate, I'm not here to discuss that. What I'm here to do is showcase the fact that there are still beautiful men and women who wear the badge. For example, this beautiful officer right here. I can't remember his name, but he's a part of the LAPD. He was stationed outside of the mayor's house during the protests. I watched this lovely officer pick my sign up off the ground when the wind blew it off of my bike. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. On the second time I caught him doing it, I walked over and I was like, man, you don't have to do that. Thank you so much. And he immediately apologized. He's like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize it was your bike. I just wanted to place the sign back where it was supposed to be. And I thanked him profusely. And even after he did that, he still continued to pick it up one more time after the wind blew it off again. That's going above and beyond what he's called to do with his job. And someone like that needs to be given credit because, like I said, there are beautiful people who are working for the police force. How about these 2 lovely officers? They, I believe, were the captains or whoever was head in charge of the mayor's house, police force. At any rate, I watched these 2 approach the leader of the protest when we first arrived. They very politely came to ask some questions, just get some information. I watched these officers communicate very peacefully and very respectfully with men and women of every race and every nationality. And when I got done watching these encounters, I went up to them with a sunflower and I said, I just want to let you know that I'm sorry you have to be here and I'm sorry it came to this. I still love and appreciate everything that you're doing. They were very appreciative. I gave him the sunflower. I said I went always to put it by the ground as a sign of respect. And he was like, no, I'll take it. And he took the sunflower and I watched him walk away. And I watched him put the sunflower in his belt. And he kept it there. And I immediately went back up to him and said, sir, may I please take a picture of you? This is one of the most beautiful sights I've ever seen. And he politely responded, on one condition, only if you get in the picture with me. And I said, this isn't about me, sir. This is about you. And that's when his lovely partner said, give me your phone and get in that picture right now. In the most polite, friendly demeanor that statement could ever be made. And this is what I'm talking about. There are still very compassionate, incredible human beings. I guarantee you that woman cop and that man cop were both parents and probably the best parents out there. And it just goes to show they just happen to be cops for a profession. We can't pinpoint everyone in one group because we all know that's not the case. But this story right here is my favorite of them all. As most of you know, I've been giving sunflowers out to the National Guards and to police officers I see doing beautiful things. As some of you know, National Guards are not allowed to take anything that is given to them. And that's why I always place the sunflower by their feet as a sign of respect. Except on this beautiful occasion, I left the sunflower with them. 2 hours later, when I came back with the protest group, I noticed they weren't there, but the sunflower was taped to the chair. They showed the same respect to my gift as the respect I gave that gift with. And this is such a beautiful sign. But wait, it gets better. Hours later when I came home, I noticed a story on Instagram from one of my friends. On that story was a different National Guard, except this National Guard was wearing the sunflower right in his bulletproof vest, laying on top of the gun. If this isn't poetic and just beautiful, then I don't know what is. I'd like to read a few words that I wrote after attending my first protest. Today at around 3 p.m., I got on my bike and rode down to the protest. I took no pictures of myself because this post isn't about me. This decision to participate and speak up isn't about me. As I arrived at the first location, it took only a couple minutes for my emotions to overcome my body. I tried to join in the chants, but within seconds I found myself short of breath trying to hold back the tears that inevitably filled my eyes. While it's abundantly clear who I stand with, I still firmly believe the only way to chase out darkness is with light. Fire can never be fought with fire, so when I marched past the police and National Guards, I took down my mask and with a kind smile said, I'm sorry it had to come to this. I still love and appreciate you. The reason I tell you this isn't for on-brand content. I'm not trying to prove I've joined the movement or that I'm a good person. I tell you this to continue spreading the most important message of all, empathy and solidarity. A white, privileged man who has been blessed with everything a human could possibly want to be blessed with. But I'm also a human who stands by and can clearly see all injustice running rampant in our world, regardless of whether it directly affects me or not. Today I stood up solely to put an end to racism and police brutality, but every day I stand up for the injustice and lack of compassion between human and human. Today, those humans have titles, but every other day, they don't, and this hatred still flows viciously around the world with no protest to be had. I'm in no position to give my opinion. No one with white skin is. This isn't a time to hear your debate or your opinions. This isn't about you. So please understand and respect that. This is a moment in time that had to happen. Whether you agree with how it's being achieved or not is irrelevant. I love each and every one of you more than anything, so please, let's give this one more try. Only together will we create a brighter future. Leave you tonight with a song from our one and only fuzzy kid, Jax Machado. Jax might only be 6 years old, but you know what? I think this song hits the nail right on the head. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. We'll see you again real soon.
So you just wrote this song?
No, I didn't write it. I just made it up.
Yeah, that means you wrote a song.
Well, then nobody's gonna know it because I didn't write it on paper.
Well, just play it then.
You wrote it in your mind.
Love you, you love me. We all love each other. Talk about it. Talk about love. Hang with friends. Hang with love. Hang with everybody. Go to bed. Hang with your mom. Help your sister. Do the laundry. And also go to sleep. Let's just go to your favorite place and let's hang together. And with love, talk about it. Talk about love. Talk about everything in the world.
Nice.